Hi, my name is Annika. I am a student ambassador with the Better Business Bureau. The BBB and the San Diego County Credit Union have teamed up to provide some helpful information to guide students and inform young people about things like fraud, identity theft, budgeting, saving money, credit, and loans, and credit scores. Sound interesting?
Not really.
Oh, come on. As we're growing up, it's important that we understand these things so that we can make good choices and become responsible adults. And I promise I'm going to try and make this fun and engaging for everyone. So, let's get started. The BBB is a non-profit organization that exists to provide consumers or people who are buying things or getting services from an organization with helpful resources to work with businesses in their community. The BBB advocates for trust and honesty in all transactions. The BBB also helps consumers by pointing out trustworthy companies that people might want to do business with and where to go if there's a problem. And the best part is that the BBB provides this helpful information on companies absolutely free.
I love free stuff.
Me too. Anytime you want to buy something or get a business to perform a service for you, you should first check to see if the business has a good rating with the Better Business Bureau. Let's start by talking about credit. Credit is a valuable opportunity for you to receive money in advance, but like anything borrowed, it does come with a price. We'll go through what is credit and what's the difference between credit and a loan, why credit is important and why you want it, the advantages and disadvantages of using credit, and how you can go about establishing credit and comparing credit offers. What is credit? What's a loan? And what's the importance? Credit is borrowed money that you agree to pay back with specific terms. A loan is a deferred payment. That means you buy something now and pay for it later, including the cost of borrowing the money and paying it back later, plus interest. Credit determines your worthiness of receiving borrowed money. And for credit, let's say, for example, that you obtain a credit card because you need some cash to make a purchase on something right now. And for a loan, let's say, for example, you need to buy a car. Wait, that's more like it. So, you take out a car loan to buy a car. There are advantages and disadvantages of using credit. Credit offers you protections by giving you funds to buy things when you need it. But this isn't risk-free. Credit provides you with more protection than just having cash in your wallet or your purse or stuffed in a sock and hidden at home, and that's not a good idea. With credit, you can trace and refute or question or challenge charges that aren't yours if there's a problem. You will get the funds now, but you should know that you are going to end up paying more with interest on top of what you borrowed. So, that $100 item you purchased may actually end up costing you $150 once you've paid it off with interest. You need to understand this and be careful with what you're spending. So, it's really important that whenever you use credit, you understand information to compare which credit card will be best for you. There are a few factors to consider when comparing credit offers, including the APR, which is the annual percentage rate or the cost of borrowing money, which includes interest, points, fees, and other charges, as well as minimum payments, credit limits, or the maximum amount you can borrow, or fees. Credit scores are used by banks providing loans, credit card companies, and even car dealerships financing auto purchases to make decisions about whether or not to offer you credit. Think of a credit score as a personal rating on you, which tells the banks and lenders how responsible you are and how risky it would be for them to loan you money. The higher your credit score, the better for you, and the lower the risk for a bank to loan you money. It's important to start early and be responsible to build up good credit so that it will be there for you when you need it later on in life. You can apply for a secured or starter credit card, especially if you have someone like your parents who are willing to add you on as an authorized user to one of their credit card accounts. You can also explore your co-signing options on a loan, having someone else sign jointly to guarantee payment, and become an authorized user on someone else's credit card.
Yay! I just got a credit card, and it's got a $500 limit. Let's go shopping.
Wait, stop. That's not a good idea. You want to show that you're responsible, remember? We talked about building a good credit score. That's not the move, dude. Let's be responsible. Only buy what you can really afford to pay back quickly. In doing this, month after month, you'll start establishing good credit. Anytime you seek a loan or credit line, your credit report is pulled to determine your credit worthiness or how deserving you are of receiving credit. Your credit is monitored by 3 agencies: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. These credit bureaus collect credit account information about your borrowing and repayment history. Despite advertisements for free credit reports, you can check your credit report for free annually at www.annualcreditreport.com.
I still love free stuff.
Higher scores represent better credit decisions and can make creditors more confident that you will repay your future debts as agreed. Most credit scores fall between the 600 and 750 range. Good credit secures a better interest rate, and less interest means more money for you. Scores may be lowered by late or missed payments, high debt-to-income ratio, and spending more than 50% of your available credit. For example, someone with a credit line of $1,000 should not spend more than $500 of the amount available to avoid a decreased score. Achieve good credit by paying bills on time, keeping card balances low, and limiting the total number of cards you have. Although credit is available to compensate funds that are needed now, your total financial wellness may be impacted if your income does not cover your expenses. A budget is a plan for how you will spend your money. It's a way of estimating and tracking all of your monthly expenses. Without a budget, you risk living beyond your means and spending more money than you have. You make impulse or unplanned purchases that throw off your goals. Compare fixed expenses and variable expenses. Fixed costs the same amount every month, and variable expenses cost different amounts every month. Impulse purchases are instantly gratifying and have no purpose or reason whenever you shop. Allow yourself time to consider potential purchases. The internet makes it easy to instantly order and receive anything you need, which can interfere with your financial goals. Avoid pressures in media and advertising and compare needs versus wants. Identify your goals and write them out. You should aim to save enough for 3 months' worth of all expenses in the event of employment changes or other emergencies. Include savings in your budget. Pay yourself first each paycheck by putting a budgeted amount into savings. You can create accounts for your goals. The best time to start is now. You can keep track of your budget and expenses either electronically, there are a bunch of apps to do this, or on paper to keep track of your spending and saving. Credit cards and information that are visible publicly are exactly what con artists love. Identity theft is a criminal practice that involves the deliberate use of false or stolen information. Stealing this information benefits these thieves. So, let's discuss some things about fraud and identity theft. Each year, more than 20 million students will attend colleges and universities, many facing challenges on their own as they become financially independent. The information that will be shared today prepares students with tools for navigating credit and budgeting, online safety, rentals, housing, student loans, scholarships, and employment scams. Over 14,000 cases of identity theft were reported by individuals aged 19 and under. Each of these numbers represents the amount of reports made by students per scam type. The impact on young consumers is substantial, as this age demographic is building a financial foundation. We will discuss ways you can prevent the emotional and financial impact associated with loss. Just under 50,000 scams were reported to BBB's Scam Tracker in 2018. Online purchase scams were the most reported scam, with 75% susceptibility. Employment scams accounted for 10% of all reports received. Rental scams resulted in $1,000 in median losses. Top means of contact for scholarship scams was internet messaging. Overall, young consumers fall victim to scams more than older consumers, but lose less money. Identity theft was the third most common complaint received in 2018, with a 24% increase from 2017. Anyone can be a candidate for identity theft. Let's take a look at how your information may become compromised. Using deceptive methods of contact by email or phone to trick you into releasing personal information, often impersonating legitimate companies and organizations, is called phishing. Your information is visible publicly online, and it can be stolen through the theft of a mailbox, wallet, or car, or hacking of a business record or data breach. Your identity is most often compromised by someone you know rather than larger schemes. While your credit card or bank card is still in your possession, your information can be used to commit bank or government frauds, secure housing or employment, or given during an arrest, and when you don't show up for the court date, a warrant may be issued in your name. There are a few red flags to identify a potential case of identity theft. The red flag signs of identity theft may include things like unexpected phone calls from creditors, unexplained charges on credit cards, denial of credit, an automobile being repossessed or taken due to non-payment, usernames, passwords, or ATM PIN numbers stop working, and bills not received in the mail. If you are a victim of identity theft, you should report it to the Federal Trade Commission at identitytheft.gov. It's important to protect your personal information from outside sources. Here's how. Before giving your information, ask why. Keep personal identifiers such as PIN, full or maiden name, address, social security, and driver's license numbers secure and secret. Don't carry personal documents such as social security numbers on your person or in your wallet. Keep them in a secure location, possibly stored away with padlock protection. And only carry cards that you plan to use. Shred personal mail, secure computers with firewall and privacy protections, and don't use the same password for all accounts. Use a variety of characters, more than 8, including numbers and symbols. If your identity has been stolen, these are the next steps to follow to eliminate further damage. Contact a credit reporting agency and place a fraud alert on your record. They will contact the other 2 credit bureaus on your behalf with an alert. File a local police report and get a copy. Immediately change account access information. Report any fraudulent transactions on your statement from creditors, and keep a log of everything you do to solve the problem. Protecting your identity and avoiding scams starts with understanding the importance of online safety. Information you put on the internet is available publicly, and online platforms are the primary method many scammers use to gain information and lure unsuspecting customers into paying up. Risks of being active online include unwanted motives from outside sources such as malware, hacking, phishing, and loss of privacy. These risks come in many forms, examples including online contests, file sharing, emails, job offers, chat rooms, online games, and online dating. Only connect to secure Wi-Fi networks and don't download without first researching. As we learned with identity theft, any personal information listed on social media can be used to obtain your identity and exploit you financially. This includes accounts that are marked as family members, birthdays, photos, and places of work. Adjust the settings that are defaulted on your online profiles to customize your privacy settings. This includes how visible your profile is to the public and what users can see your activity. Customize advertising allowances on your social profiles based on internet activity to limit temptation. Getting a cell phone, there we go, is a way to establish credit. When purchasing a plan, ask yourself what you need the phone to do. What services do you need? Can you cancel your cell phone contract at any time? Know what your data plan includes and what it doesn't, and fees associated with both. Set up added security measures offered by your carrier. Update and use antivirus and anti-spyware software. Run regularly scheduled malware scans. Students are advised to look for the S at the end of HTTPS to verify security of the site. S represents secure. Lock icon in address bar of websites signals that you can trust the website with payment information and passwords. Research business before making a purchase at bbb.org. Online purchase scams were the second riskiest yet most commonly reported scam in 2018, and fraud appears in a variety of ways through the internet. Average losses for online scams came to $75. Tech support fraud. Criminals claim to provide the customer security or technical support and then ask for a credit card to pay for their services. Porting scam. Scammers collect your name, phone number, address, social security number, or date of birth. Your mobile carrier is contacted and the criminal reports the phone stolen. They request that the number be ported with another provider and device. Once your number has been ported to the new device, scammers access your accounts that require additional authorization, such as a code texted to your phone. Apple Care scam. This uses phishing emails to send Apple users to a fake Apple website. iPhone users receive a pop-up image of a system dialog box that says their phone has been locked for illegal activity. When you click the link, you are enrolled into a fraudulent mobile device management service that allows scammers to send malware apps to iPhones. Instagram and Facebook fake ads. Fake ads are posted so you can purchase a product only to receive a knockoff or an item that is of lesser quality than described. In Instagram, visit the company profile, tap the menu, then select About This Account. You can see the date they joined Instagram, the country where they are located, and all the ads the business is currently running. Report fraudulent accounts and ads following on-screen instruction. Select It's a Scam or It's Misleading. In Facebook, beware of marketplace transactions. Verify the seller and the product before sending over money. Do not fall for celebrity endorsements, bogus free trial offers, and deceptive advertising. Netflix scam. You receive an email appearing to be from Netflix with the subject line that your payment has been declined. You are prompted to click a link disguising malware to update your payment information. Visit your Netflix account by typing the address yourself as a safer means of checking your account status. Get more info to protect yourself against phishing scams and malicious activity at netflix.com/security. Avoid practice caution using a third-party seller on sites such as Craigslist, eBay, and Amazon. Use a credit card when making online purchases to avoid the loss of funds to scams. Legitimate customer security or tech support companies will not initiate unsolicited contact with you. Be aware of the return policy before making a purchase. Even if an email says it's from someone, make sure to view the entire email address. Visit the retailer's website directly and log into your account to confirm any issues. As a student, funding your college tuition can be tricky. You may be hunting through online platforms in search of the dollars you need for housing, food, and tuition. Many legitimate scholarship platforms exist where you can locate and apply for local and national scholarship opportunities. However, there are also sites and forums that are deceptive and may include faulty information. Warning signs of a scholarship or loan scam include upfront fees, guaranteed winnings, claims that anyone's eligible or we apply for you, and high success rates. How to find a legitimate scholarship. If looking for a reputable scholarship opportunity, try contacting your school counselor who may have contacts to scholarship programs or financial aid, or contact the financial aid office of the school you wish to attend. You may have paid student work for study opportunities. Apply for FAFSA, a free application for federal student aid. This tells students what government-funded aid they are qualified for. Businesses guarantee grants or scholarships by selling lists to students of potential scholarships and grant opportunities. Many lenders try to impersonate government agencies to mislead consumers. This information is free from the government and students do not have to pay for it. studentaid.ed.gov. Scammers also target those that are graduating with loans, promising debt forgiveness or lowered interest rates. Use caution if they guarantee a scholarship or promise to do all the work. Try to avoid private loans, but if you are doing a private loan, you should know who you're working with and the terms of the loan. You should not pay upfront, and you should not believe claims of special connection with federal student loan programs or fall for promises of immediate relief or debt cancellation. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You may be searching for housing and part-time employment for your transition to university, which can be difficult if you're moving out of state or will not be living on campus. Rental scams top the list of riskiest scams in 2018 at number 4. The following are potential scenarios to be wary of. Roommate scam. Students posting an ad for a roommate should be aware of fake roommates who are out of town but promise to provide rent up front with a check or money order. When they receive the payment, the amount is higher than requested. You're asked to cash it, then wire back the rest. The original check or money order will bounce, and you will be responsible for any money transferred. Rental scam. Students search for housing off campus, and you respond to a fake rental property posted online. Students should meet with roommates in person and never wire money to a stranger. Wire transfers are an immediate form of payment, but transfer cannot be reversed. Visit potential rentals before making a deposit. Find out if the deposit is refundable. Use a reputable rental company to avoid fraud, and read the rental contract fully and take your time. With your social and study schedules, the more flexible the job opportunity, the better, right? Well, you should know that employment scams were the number 1 riskiest scam in 2018 according to the BBB scam tracker. You shouldn't get too excited if you receive a job offer where there is no experience necessary, and they promise you a great salary where you can work from home. Be careful. This could be a scam. Also, look out for scam job postings, fake calls from recruiters, and any work-at-home schemes. The loss of personal information and stolen identity can make a lot of problems for you. For example, you can be denied for a school, housing, car loan, or potential jobs. You could receive contact from debt collectors or from debt that someone else incurred. If you have the debt resulting from credit card fraud, you might need to borrow money from family or friends. Of course, this will all cause you a lot of stress and an emotional burden. Your budget will be thrown off course, and your savings will become drained when you dip into cover losses. These are some additional helpful references that you can tap into to help you learn more about the topics we've discussed in this video. BBB business reviews exist to help consumers like yourself identify trustworthy companies. The BBB accepts complaints against both accredited and non-accredited businesses. Businesses reviews include how many complaints a company has and how those complaints were resolved and the company's responses. Remember to use the BBB website as a resource for company information before making a purchase. To see scams that are trending or being reported on in your area, visit bbb.org/scam tracker. Scams are categorized by type, and you can use this to report and alert others in the community. Give BBB a call if you have doubts regarding a particular company. For more information, you can visit one of the many San Diego County Credit Union branches or visit SDCCU.com or bbb.org. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.